Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today's video is coming to you a little bit differently to normal because I'm not surrounded by supercars. I'm in fact surrounded by snow because I'm on holiday in the French Alps. I'm in a town called Val d'Isère. Those of you who know it probably know it's one of the best ski resorts in the world. And if you're a skier or a snowboarder, you're probably wondering why I'm not out skiing and snowboarding right now. And the reason for that is we've had a lot of snow and half the mountain is closed. So everything up there, which is the Solèze side of Val d'Isère, is closed. The Bellevarde site is open, but unfortunately for me, I used to be a big skier and I had a major injury a while back, and that means I have to take it a bit easy. So I have to take some time off, otherwise I'm never going to make it to the end of my week's holiday. Now, I was hoping I was going to be able to drive down here in the Ferrari Ff. You'll probably seen already that I put Soto Zero tyres on it the other day, but things just didn't work out. There's too much snow falling and I just didn't want to take my chances this time around. So I'm down here shooting a different video today, and I figured rather than sort of going without content while I'm here, one of the things I wanted to do was look back a bit more at 2015. So I put out the video last week of my sort of hypercar reviews of last year, where I drove the Gt3 Rs, the Vitesse, the Huayra, the P1 and the 918. And today I wanted to look back also at some of the sort of more normal, if I can use the term normal, supercars that I drove last year, because it was an insane year. So I'm going to do this as a sort of two-part video because otherwise I think I'm going to go on for a little bit long. But some of these videos were shot, you know, back at the beginning of 2015, and the Shmi150 YouTube channel is growing so fast that I figured actually half of you, half the subscribers, weren't here a year ago, so might not even have seen these videos. So it's an opportunity to recap some of the pretty cool stuff that I did in the last year. So in this video, the 5 cars I'm going to take a look at are the Ferrari 458 Speciale that I drove in Monaco. Then we'll go to Lemoore for the Corvette Z06. Back to England and Silverstone for the launch of the McLaren 675 LT, obviously a very important car to me. Then where did we go from there? Oh yes, to Brabus in Germany, testing the Amg Gts. And then finally, the last car was my amazing tour around the Alps in the new Porsche 991 Gt3 Rs. So those are the 5 cars I'm going to look at in today's video. A little bit different, a little bit fun. I hope you enjoy the content. Kicking us off then, let's start with a car that I filmed in this country, in fact, in France. Down during the Top Marks Monaco week, we headed up to the French hills above the town with R3 wheels to check out their Ferrari 458 Speciale. It's a custom car, of course, wearing their wheels and with a frequency intelligent exhaust. It sounds absolutely insane. One of my first drives of the year. Let's go check out the Ferrari Speciale. This week, and I'm joining the guys from R3 Wheels to take a look at their Ferrari 458 Speciale. The exhaust sounds absolutely amazing. This car has a frequency intelligent exhaust system. The first thing we've got to do is into sport on the Manettino, bumpy road mode, just to soften out all the little bits, drop a gear, round the corner, on the revs, and away we go. Wow. That is quite a sound.
Yep, it's a Formula 1 sound.
Yeah.
F1 sound.
Properly screams away. And the car is really exciting to drive.
Yeah.
It's on it. After the Speciale, we're actually going to continue in France, and next up was my visit to the Lemoore 24-hour race. My first time at LM24, I joined the Corvette racing team, and not only was that absolutely awesome because the Corvette C7 came first in class, won the class, but I got to drive there from Paris in the new C7 Z06. My first time driving a Corvette at all, in fact, not even the Stingray C7 before that, so it was a pretty awesome one, checking out the Corvette Z06. So just look at it, it looks awesome, what a machine. The Z06 is of course based on the C7 Stingray, but focused, a lot of aerodynamic wizardry going on. and optimized for track performance. It's based around the 6.2 litre supercharged V8 engine, 659 horsepower, 881 newton meters of torque. Obviously, that gives it some pretty impressive performance figures and very quick times around the track.
You have 5 different drive modes: weather, eco, tour, sport and track. You have a ref match function on the steering wheel, which you can enable or disable over the flippers there.
Just try that. I love that so much. Perfect downshift, you don't have to be a pro driver. Okay, so we're in the eco mode at the moment. What does that do? What does that change?
Eco mode gives us cylinder reduction, so we're shutting off 4 cylinder for fuel economy.
Okay.
We're doing that above the 3rd gear till 6% throttle input. So as long as you're putting more throttle in because you want to pass a car or you want to have the power, it's right away back there. So you're not sacrificing anything, but you're having a better fuel consumption if you're traveling.
In track mode, apart from getting immediately a lot firmer, which we can feel, I guess it changes the sort of traction settings and configuration.
Yeah, you have the possibility over that button to go into performance traction mode. But as you have felt probably, the brakes are another highlight. We had some magazine tests. We're holding the record on the brakes. One magazine tested 100 to 0 and they stopped the car in 28 meters. What is for Nebula?
Yeah, that's quite something. The whole performance of this car is quite something, to be honest.
Yeah, we're holding a lot of records on different racetracks, also done by different magazines, different drivers. So the good thing is the car is so well balanced, so easy to drive, so honest to you that everybody can pick up the performance of the car very fast and very easy. And
I can feel that.
The philosophy is really that everybody can have fun in the car. If you're a pro driver, the car gives you what you're expecting from a race car. If you're a normal driver, we have all the support system to make you feel like a better driver, and you can still enjoy all the performance and have fun driving the car.
I'm meandering my way through a very busy Val d'Isère town centre with a lot of snow clearing going on. You can see they've got to sort of clear all the roads and paths and the like. But we'll head next back to England for my first drive in obviously a car I now have in my garage as well, the McLaren 675 LT. I joined McLaren for their press event at Silverstone, the first drive, the drive of their new Longtail, the track focus car, and that was a special day because at that point obviously I had already placed my deposit, had the car on order. I hadn't announced that to you guys, the followers and subscribers, but obviously for me it was going to be whether I was very happy with knowing I was committing that much money to that car, and I did not regret it one bit. What a special day. The McLaren 675 LT on road and track at Silverstone. No 675 LT because it is 675 PS, 666 brake horsepower, 700 newton meters of torque. So those figures are up 25 PS, 22 newton meters respectively from the 650S. Versus the 650S Coupe, it is 100 kilos lighter. A lot of weight saving has gone into that. New components, new design, more use of carbon fiber, titanium and other lightweight materials.
Just start to bleed off of the brakes, so you keep that little perfect. You keep that little bit of weight on the nose to help it in, you see, but you carry that momentum through. Good job, keep it going, keep it going. Now brake hard, now look into the corner. Judge your line and speed. That's good, that's good, that's good. Now switch it back into the right. Come out wide, one corner to go. Make your apex. Too early, but make your apex. Make your apex. And then get the power on them too. Go, 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 go. Chase it to the line, 117 dead. Hard on the brakes, hooking in.
guys, I get asked an awful lot if I can have any one car in the world, what car would it be? And conveniently, I think we have a winner. The car right now I would most love to do my road trips, looks amazing, sounds amazing, and just genuinely enjoy is the McLaren 675 Longtail, the LT. I am having so much fun driving this car today, whether it's now around the country roads, whether it was on the track earlier, the looks of the thing, the reaction you guys give it out there when I post up pictures on social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, all of those. It's just such an unbelievably amazing package. It takes the already brilliant 12C and then 650S and it just elevates it into this whole new animal. There's probably more change from 650S to 675 than I think there was from 12C into 650S. It's so dynamic, so involving, so emotional in the way the sounds that come out of it, the way the whole package interacts. I don't even know how else to describe it other than saying that I genuinely am truly excited about what's going to be coming up next year with this car. The opportunities, the trips, the adventures are going to be amazing. I can't wait to get through the specification options, through to delivery of my LT, but anybody else out there who's got one coming, you have every right to be exceptionally excited. This is one hell of a car. It's a monster. After the epic visit to Silverstone then with McLaren, I'm going to jump ahead a bit to two cars that featured during the X6 tour. So I did a big 2 or 3 week tour around Europe in the Bmw X6 M50d, the long-term loaner I was borrowing from BMW. And the first of those is going to come from our stop at Brabus, the Mercedes-AMG GT S, although not just any GTS, this is of course Brabus's 600 horsepower version of the car. Very special first look for me at the new Mercedes-AMG. Standard car has 510 PS in the GTS version, 476 PS in the normal GT, but this car has been upgraded to 600 horsepower already. Visually, there are also new Brabus wheels in the signature design, and it's running with new lowering springs. There's a new titanium exhaust system, valve controlled, with the carbon fibre exhaust finishers, with the Brabus logo, and also Brabus written around the side. So to start up, foot on the brake, and the start-stop button here in the centre console. It roars into life. Okay then, so I'm allowed to do a quick test of the AMG GTS just in the car park for various reasons. This is a development car for Brabus, so we have to be exceptionally careful. I've got it just in comfort mode, the sort of basic standard settings, just to feel how the car is. I'll go into race, which will just be a control of the gearbox. I think it's gone into manual on the gearbox. Obviously that's traction off and everything like that, which is not what I intend to play around with right this second. Secondly, and one of the main parts of the X6 tour then, after the AMG GTS, we drove a lot of different cars, checked out a lot of different things on our way south towards the Alps and towards Zuffenhausen, where I collected a Porsche 991 Gt3 Rs, a car I was going to have a lot of fun adventures with, driving around the Alps for a week or so through some spectacular roads, down to Monaco, along the coast on the west side of Italy. Just a truly remarkable car for that trip, and what a machine. So the Gt3 RS, the 500 horsepower, flat 6, 4-litre engine, the even more hardcore version of the 911 GT3. The car was released at this year's Geneva Motor Show. It will be sold in very limited numbers, and they are all very well and truly spoken for. In fact, they're trading on the used market already, pre-customer deliveries for quite a premium. So as with all modern Porsches, the key is to the left, foot on the brake. Let's start it up. You can immediately tell you're in such a race-focused car. You can hear the noises of the car. It's sort of shaking, it's vibrating, and it's ready to go. I'm pretty excited about driving this car every single time at the moment. It is such an event. You have to work pretty hard when you're on some exciting roads, but the car really does its best to reward you. So we're in full automatic, and this is where PDK really comes into its own. It's a fantastic gearbox. You can hear immediately that the shifts are almost instantaneous. They are so fast, and when you're properly driving up towards the limit, they get noticeably quicker and also more violent, of course. But from an everyday driving point of view, and you know, right now out on the roads in Germany, exceptionally smooth, very comfortable, nothing to complain about at all. The ride is firm, and when you do get to something that is a little bit rougher, you certainly feel it coming back up through you. And in these bucket seats, I suspect if you were driving on a British countryside road, you're going to be a little bit towards the uncomfortable side. Here though, no problems at all. Beautiful tarmac, and you can really feel that the car is very planted, especially on the Sport Cup tyres. And these are, in fact, the rear tyres are the ones off the Porsche 918, so they've obviously had a lot of work going into the development of them. So the steering, this is a particularly interesting one. Of course, it is the electronic steering setup, it's not the hydraulic setup. However, it is so close, you can barely tell any difference. The steering feel is wonderful. And coupled with the rear wheel steer as well, where the rear wheels are obviously turning just a small amount, means you can have exceptional turn in. You have all the aerodynamics at the front digging down and feeling and pulling you around. You have the very small sort of turning circle available with that rear wheel steer, and it makes a wonderful package. Just wind out the revs. It's like a track car that you can really experience on the road, and you can feel the minor inputs. It's all the little changes on the throttle pedal and the brake. It's very sensitive, but in a way that's very, like I said before, rewarding as well. And it's such an enjoyable drive. With that, I'm going to conclude my first part of this recap of some of the supercars of 2015. 5 pretty awesome cars, and of course there are full videos of all of those on the Gt3 Rs channel, and there will be many more to come of cars, well, the new cars like that in 2016. Now, while I'm here out in the snow and absolutely freezing, I'm sure some of you would like to know a little bit more about sort of my history in skiing and what got me into this, because I think there's a pretty big crossover between sort of extreme sports and skiing, and there is supercars. Well, when I left school, which was nearly a decade ago, which is quite disturbing, I came here to Val d'Isère and I did a ski season and a ski instructor course and trained to become a ski instructor. Then I went and actually taught for 2 seasons in New Zealand. So I've done a fair whack of skiing in my time before now, and I absolutely love it. But like I said earlier, I did unfortunately have an injury a couple of years ago. I actually managed to break a couple of bones in my back, which is quite a cool story to be able to talk about. I'm fortunate enough that I'm okay, and it doesn't affect much in my day-to-day life, except, unfortunately for me, it means if I come on a week skiing holiday, I can't go out every single day. I've just got to take it a little bit easy and make sure that I don't injure myself any worse going forwards. But hey, that's why on my next trip down to the Alps, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to bring the FF with its winter tyres and have some fun on the roads like this. Well, fun where it's safe to be fun, of course. Just got to be really, really careful, because often with those kind of things, it's also the other cars on the roads that you need to watch out for. And the FF is an incredibly valuable car, so I don't want to do anything stupid with it at all, obviously. But yeah, it's always a good time. I'm going to come back to you very soon with some more videos, hopefully that I'll be able to shoot down here. While I'm taking some time out for skiing. But thank you very much for watching, and as always for being subscribed to the Gt3 150 channel. I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers. This is so special. This is so special.